So we are in Clovis, California. We just finished installing a new RX, I think it's 199, yeah, 199i. And so we are in the city. These are the newest models from Rinnai, the RX series. And so you can do indoor, outdoor, propane, natural gas, concentric, twin pipe, whatever you want. And all the parameters are on this controller right there. Ours is in the city, so natural gas, and it's indoor. So you just set it, confirm it, start it up, and it's good to go. So anyway, starting at the top. So old valve we left in place because they soldered it tight, and you've got a grounding rod back there, and I didn't want to mess with all that to try and get it. So what I did, they have a soldered adapter. That's yours, original to the home. Just put a brass 90 on it, a brass adapter, and then went over to copper. So you can, this is all press fitting, so cold line goes down. Hot, we cut it off because it was sticking out about here with the adapter. We didn't want to run into this line, so we went ahead and cut it off and just put a press fitting on there. This is a little bit of crooked because these pipes are coming out of the wall, spell check, the wall at an angle, but it's such a short piece of pipe you can't really tell. Anyways, so hot and cold water lines, cold here, coming down underneath over to the cold isolation valve, service valve kit. It's an isolation valve, but service valve. This is Jones Stevens right out of Ferguson. And so that cold line you can see comes over, ties in, press, everything's press. And then hot side comes over, kind of just duplicates it, kind of swung it over to keep it in line. Over to the hot. We had to turn the hot in a little bit because the condensate, for some reason, if you put these valves straight in, then this points straight down on it and it hits it, which is kind of weird. But anyways, so hot service side kit comes with the relief valve. Relief valve's got 3/4 CPVC, and down there got a scutcheon on the CPVC. 1/2 inch is the condensate, scutcheon on that as well. Got it strapped to a block. Blocking's all the way up. So where we hung it, we got 3-inch screws in at the top, over in the corner, and then you can see right here there's a stud, so we got screws. These are all 3-inch screws. So we didn't really need the rest. This over here we like to put in because we want to strap the pipe to it, and so we just run it long. And then over here we were going to put some screws in here, but we didn't. We decided just to mount it further away from the door so the door wouldn't end up hitting it. So anyways, hot and cold water's in. Gas line, it's a 90 degree fitting here, and then we've got a little hex brass nipple in, brass shutoff valve. That's a 3/4 gas valve, and then over to an adapter, and then of course that's a 24-inch supply line, full 3/4 inch inside diameter up to the gas. So that worked out real good. I did have it set a little bit lower, but I don't like working down low on things. So anyway, so everything's mounted. Then here, the homeowner may or may not come back and run a dedicated line over here for electrical. Right now what they've got is a GFI over on the wall. I think maybe there's irrigation, there's sprinkler timers or on it. That's the only thing that's on it. This is plugged into it, so keep that in mind. If for some reason this shuts down, you might have and this is low voltage stuff. This what this is doing, it's not consuming a lot of power. Your refrigerator will, and it's plugged in right next to it, but the whole garage is on the GFI or GFCI. And so that's plugged in over there on extension cord. So if you ever decide to do that, we've got a couple people that we got one licensed, one's not licensed, and they can run this over here. That way you can just plug this right in and then take that cord out of there. So this is all installed, everything here. We let them know, and of course that's the old relief line. We didn't have a copper cap, so we just pressed this on and put a brass cap on it. That's a dead line. That's where the old water heater came down for the pressure relief and dumped out right there. Of course, pressure relief is down here now, so that's got its own line. Then up top, this is pretty nice because it's a deeper unit, so it keeps this piping away from the wall. The older style was really close, and you couldn't get really in here to work. So it's nice that it's further back. So exhaust port right to the center. We picked it up just a little bit. We do have the 12-inch separation between intake and exhaust, which means inside a pipe to inside a pipe. and so that's good. But we did pick this up just a little bit higher, just to give it a different elevation there. So exhaust out this side, intake pulling fresh air in over here, and again, you know, you can just leave the fresh air right here on the garage, but the garage is too small for 199,000 BTU. And then outside, we've got, there's the intake on the right, and like I say, so they're 12 inches apart, and then exhaust up top. So intake, exhaust, got the screens on. One knock to Rinnai for the first time. They didn't send me those little grids, the little filters, screens that go in there. I had 2 in my box, so I just put them in. So intake, exhaust, that's full siliconed in, and inside and outside we got those escutcheons on there just to cover up the hole. Looks a little nicer than just a pipe coming through the wall and a bunch of silicone on it. Same thing down here, a couple of escutcheons, and 3/4 tube escutcheon and a 1/2 inch IPS escutcheon, and those are just pointing down. You got this should never have anything in it at all. If that something pops off there, you've got too much pressure in the unit, because it's not a temperature and pressure relief valve. It's just a pressure relief. No mercury thermostat in there. And then this will drip when it's running. This will drip, you know, here with all of your other wonderful stuff sitting on the ground. Anyways, everything out here is done, and we're just gonna finish picking up. Go ahead and get this registered with Rinnai. I believe it's either 12 or 15 year on the heat exchanger. 5-year parts, just regular parts, and then 1 year labor if you register it, I believe, within 90 days. Don't quote me on that. I just think that I read 90 days, but it used to be within 30 or 60 days. I would just register it. You know, within 30 days, go register it. What they'll do, instead of 1 year labor on this, they're going to give you 5 total, and that's good because labor is what kills you on these units. So I believe. You can just scan that QR code, it'll take you right there, and then you've got your serial number, everything, you put that in, contact information, get it going. And so a little messy, sorry we left it that way, and I forgot my blower and my broom, but anyways, everything here looks good. Outside of that, this installation is done.